is this still normal? Because that is crazy how the fireballs are coming down everywhere. There's really a surge in fireballs reported worldwide. Over the past few months, we have to say, multiple high visibility fireballs have appeared across different countries, some bright enough to be seen even in daylight and powerful enough to produce these seismic booms. And these are larger objects, guys. You have to understand that are entering deep into the atmosphere, like not distant, faint meteors. That has to be clear. So events like this do occur, but not at this frequency across populated regions. So the experts are saying it's unusual that they're coming down in populated regions. So this might point to a change in what is entering Earth's atmosphere right now. In the US alone, we have multiple fireballs that are crashing everywhere. One crashed through a roof in Texas, and a family in Houston, they were lucky that no one was hurt after a huge cantaloupe-sized meteorite smashed through the roof of their home and has basically ricocheted around an empty bedroom. So the space rock is most likely a fragment of a meteor that witnesses did see. They saw it breaking apart with a bang in the bright blue Texas sky. So this is absolutely crazy, an exploding space rock, and that's just one of several other fireballs that have been reported just only in the US, but as I said, it's worldwide. And it seems that these unusually frequent light shows that we're seeing right now are the result of a peculiar trend that scientists still don't fully understand right now. And they're coming in faster than they should be, some experts are saying. What is happening in our skies right now? It's everywhere, and I experienced it. Maybe you've seen my video. I thought that the West Coast here, that the big earthquake is hitting us, the megathrust earthquake. I heard a boom that was absolutely insane, and I was really very worried. But this keeps coming all over the world basically right now. And if you're not paying attention to it or not in the area where it's directly happening, you're missing it. That's why I need to tell you about this. In just days, we have these fireballs, these meteors hitting the earth, and we see them, we hear them, they rattle us, they shake them, they shake everything, they shake us. So why? What is happening? We have a fireball that exploded over Ohio, so powerful it shook houses across entire cities. And I confirmed that these meteors do that because here reports came in from friends that I knew, and again, I felt it all over Metro Vancouver and the greater Vancouver area. We're talking about 2.5 million people that felt it, that heard it. It was crazy. So Texas, another explosion, another shockwave, and this time something may have actually hit a house. Then Europe's lighting up. You see these fireballs across the skies. Multiple countries report massive fireballs tearing through the sky. And again, Canada, object screaming through the atmosphere at 75,000 miles per hour. And this sonic boom, guys, I want to describe this. It doesn't sound like a plane breaking the sound barrier. It was way more intense. I felt it in my body. I felt it in the building. That's why I thought this could be an earthquake. This could be the start of something very, very frightening. And this, again, not one event. This is a pattern. So what is going on? Do we need to be worried? Because here is what nobody tells you clearly. The earth is being hit every single day. Around 50 tons of space material enters our atmosphere daily, but you never see it until suddenly you do, don't you? And right now, we're in one of the most active periods of the year. So around late March, fireballs become up to 3 times more common. But here's the part, guys, that should get your attention. these weren't tiny particles. This was something else. I mean, the Ohio object, a multi-ton asteroid moving faster than a rifle bullet and exploding with the force of a bomb. Texas, debris may have survived. Europe, fragments possibly hit the ground. And this is where it changes, because most of the time, these things burn up, right? I mean, sometimes they don't. But when multiple larger objects appear in multiple locations within just days, people are asking the same question. Are we moving through something? And I have to tell you, I mean, we've talked a lot about on this channel about interstellar object 3I Atlas and stuff like this, right? But honestly, I have to tell you, I didn't see it, but I heard it and I felt it, like sitting next to a subwoofer that explodes. And then when you see the videos, how this thing is coming down and hitting, it's scary. Gives me a very uncomfortable feeling, I have to say, and it shows how little influence we have what is happening with our Earth. So the answer, are we moving through something, is uncomfortable. Yes, we are moving through something. Earth is basically constantly traveling through a debris field, leftovers from ancient asteroid collisions. Maybe you have seen my video about the doomsday clock, where we only have 2.8 days left. We're 2.8 days away from doomsday. I'll put this in the end screen. It's really, really interesting. So once in a while, we might be passing through a denser region where there's more material. Could that be an explanation for what is happening right now? Could we just travel through like more objects, more fireballs, more impacts? Most of them are harmless, but not all of them. Did not sound harmless, I have to tell you. So I have to tell you, the only reason that this feels new is because now we're finally seeing it. We're finally seeing what Earth is going through right now. We have cameras, we have satellites, we have dash cams, we have doorbells, like door cameras that record the sound. Nothing goes unnoticed anymore. Could that be a reason, right? So what feels like an increase might actually be a reality that is finally becoming visible. And that leads to one thought that you basically cannot ignore. If what we're experiencing right now, if that is what small fireballs are doing, what happens when a big one comes? Really? So here's the part we haven't talked about yet, because what just happened over Ohio, that wasn't just a flash in the sky. NASA says that object exploded with the energy of about 250 tons of TNT. That is not small, guys. This is why people didn't just see it. Wow, they felt it. The shock wave traveled all the way to the ground, has rattled windows, has shaken homes, has spread across entire cities. And when something explodes like this in the atmosphere, it just doesn't disappear. It breaks apart. Fragments continue falling, sometimes for miles, sometimes completely unnoticed. So, which means right now, there could be pieces of that object just sitting on the ground, which is highly interesting, in fields and forests, maybe even in someone's backyard. And here's what most people don't realize. Those pieces, they are older than our Earth itself. We're talking about material that formed roughly 4.6 billion years ago. So before the Earth had oceans, before life existed. And now, it's potentially in Ohio. If you live in Ohio, hey, go and look for it, right? But it gets more interesting because not all of these objects behave the same way. Some are exploding high up, like the one in Canada. Others break apart way lower, which is when you start getting real ground risk. And that's exactly where the Texas event matters so much, because radar didn't just see a flash. It detected debris falling. And that's different. That means part of it survived the entry. And they think the one that I had here in Vancouver, that there might be fragments as well. So for a brief moment, space just didn't touch the atmosphere, it reached the ground. And when you connect all of this, Ohio, Texas, Europe, Canada, you start to see a pattern more clearly. Not just more events, I want to say that, but more significant ones. They're brighter, they're louder, they're closer. And this is what people are not ignoring. This is why everyone says, what the heck? And here's the detail that should stay with you. When the Ohio object entered the atmosphere, it was moving at around 50 times the speed of sound. So at that speed, we cannot really say it's falling, right? We cannot speak of falling anymore. It's colliding with the atmosphere, like hitting a wall. And that's why it explodes. So when people ask, why does this feel different? This is why. It's not just there are more, it's that several large energetic entries have happened together in places where people could actually see them, film them, feel them. And that creates a moment like this where, suddenly everyone's looking up, don't you? It's crazy because for a few days now, space doesn't feel so distant when we see, feel, and hear this. It feels close enough so that we can experience this. So really, let's get back to the question. Is this something new or has this always been happening? The answer is kind of both, I have to say, because yes, Earth has always been hit by space debris, but what is happening right now, it feels different for a reason. First, again, I said this time of year, around late March, fireballs actually become more frequent. And second, these events don't arrive evenly, they cluster. So instead of one every few weeks, you suddenly get several within days. And third, what comes here too, they weren't small. So these were large enough to explode, create these shock waves, and even drop the fragments to the ground. That's really rare to witness, I have to say that, right? But it's not rare globally. And finally, this all happened over populated areas, cities, homes, places where people could see it, hear it, feel it, right? Not in remote areas where you wouldn't even notice it. So it's not that this has never happened before. It's just right now everything has lined up. We have more activity, bigger objects, the right place. And then for a moment we can say, well, we have actually noticed it, right? So there's no reason to panic. This is not creating a doomsday scenario for Earth, thankfully, but it's a spectacle, I have to say. And again, the one I experienced was one of the first ones, if not the first one. It was really scary. So definitely shook me up. Watch the video here in the end screen, but there's like 2 doomsday videos. So much is going on. Thanks for liking. Please hype the video as well. Subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, link is in the description. Thank you so much, guys. And I see you soon. Bye-bye.